And I think he's obviously one of the top players in the state and very dynamic.
Well, he's the best athlete without question every time we step out there. For us or against us, whoever we're playing, certainly has the potential to be a game changer.
Him to be able to juggle being a premier athlete in both sports is not easy to do. And he's very naturally gifted.
If he put his mind to it, he can do whatever he wants. There's no doubt in my mind. The natural skills that he has, you can't teach them.
This is Spirit 52. Recapturing the real spirit of high school sports in Arkansas. Presented by Gatorade and First Security Bank. Inspiring us all to what's possible.
That's Bentonville High School senior Kam'ron Mace Hunt, a star on both the football field and the baseball diamond for the Tigers, but he's still relatively new to the northwest part of the state.
I was in Memphis, South Memphis. I lived there for like 3 to 4 years and moved to Pine Bluff, and I went to school at Whitehall. My mom did a good job, honestly. I played sports nonstop.
At a certain point, his mom made a decision that it was in his best interest to put him in an area that would give him the best chance academically and athletically, and so we got him as a freshman. We really didn't know what we were getting.
To move from one part of the state to the other, different school or whatever, although challenging in and of its own self, and I think he's just got the right personality to handle that.
Part of being a stud athlete is the community embraces you. They want to help and support you. I think the Bentonville community has kind of wrapped their arms around this young man.
On the gridiron, Mace Hunt was a star wide receiver for Bentonville, who just this past season became the school's all-time leading receiver with 205 career catches for nearly 3,000 total yards.
He got that in the first game of his senior year. Not only did he get it, kind of crushed it. That's a record that may hover out there for a while.
I thought Coach Washington told me that I needed 1,000 yards to get it, but he said I only needed 100 yards. It was a pretty special moment because they have all those good receivers that came through here also.
Everybody talks about, he's a Division I baseball player. This young man's a Division I football player. He just made a choice to go play baseball. I still have college coaches coming in today just saying, I wish we would have been able to get him.
On the baseball diamond, Mace Hunt is a standout pitcher for Bentonville, who also plays some outfield for the Tigers, and he's signed for the team his high school coach pitched for in college, the Arkansas Razorbacks.
It's awesome. It's a flagship university here in the state. If you can be a Razorback, that's a special thing for someone growing up in the state.
Right now I've been focusing on pitching because that has a lot of fundamentals in it. In the outfield I can just kind of use my athletic ability to go track down balls. I'm just going to play wherever they need me at.
He's a game changer just like he is on a football field. He's got that same potential on a baseball field. He's had a live arm. We've known that. Has had trouble throwing strikes, and then something clicked last summer. The guy's lights out.
I never thought I would be able to pitch in the next level, but when they told me I could, then I just focused in and started throwing strikes. It's definitely pressure when they got the guns behind the plate, but you just have to zone it out, focus on the game.
With those scouts in attendance for Mace Hunt's summer tournaments, it's possible he could be taken in June's MLB draft, which also brings the possibility of skipping the Razorbacks to go pro out of high school.
As far as being a high draft pick, I would guess he's probably not quite throwing hard enough. Just some physical growth and maturity, I think, within a year or two, that'll certainly be there.
I haven't really thought about that. I've always just planned on going to college. If it happens, it happens.
Just like a Division I scholarship is a rare thing, an opportunity to play professional baseball is a rare thing. I would hope they'd be able to sit down and get good counsel and do what's best for Cam.
Mace Hunt will be playing baseball at Arkansas and has plenty of football talent too. Will he try playing both sports for the Razorbacks?
There's no doubt in my mind that he can play at that level. They know that he's already signed to play baseball, so he's on their campus. If football works out for him there, they're getting a really talented receiver.
If the coach comes to talk to me, yeah, I would definitely consider it.
When Mace Hunt graduates this May and leaves Bentonville High School, his coaches say they'll miss him a lot, both on and off the field.
I think anytime you lose a player of that caliber, they're very tough to replace. Hard to see him go. Would love to have him for another year or two, but that's not how this deal works.
You've got all these tools in one guy. You get a guy like Cam, and now you've got a guy who can get it done on the mound, a guy who can run and hit and do all these things. Guys like that are always going to be missed. I think the sky's the limit for that guy, and when he puts his mind to it, we're going to see how high that sky goes.
I hope you enjoyed this week's story brought to you by First Security Bank. Here's a sneak peek at next week's episode.
You just never know how they're going to come back from an ACL injury. It's just always a question of how well they're going to come back. They were serious about it, but they were very adamant, Coach, we want out of this brace. Maya and Asia, they're really good basketball players. I don't think we think about the injury much.